Perfect. Okay. So guys, very busy, eventful start of the year. So, and I'm not a very big fan of slides. So mutanisamehe. You'll forgive me. You'll have to listen to me just as I am. Let me just see how I can make myself Mr. Emmanuel, kindly try and put the spotlight on me or make me host, whichever is easier.
Do you want to share a document?
No. I want to make myself the spotlight. Am I the spotlight? Okay. Like, am I on the main screen?
Yes, yes, you are.
Really? I am, eh?
Yes.
Okay, like I'm on your full screen?
Yes, you are.
Okay. All right, sawa then. All right, guys. Welcome all to the session tonight. I'm very, very, very excited to be able to take us through this. Let me just see. Okay. Okay, perfect. So, are we ready to learn? Hey, are we ready to learn about C9? How to move C9 like sweets? Are we ready? If you're ready, put fire emojis on the chat box. Me, I'm a very interactive, sort of like a trainer. So that's that. So what you will need is a book and a pen. What you'll need is a book and a pen. Kindly have that because there are no slides for you to screenshot. So you will get a lot from what I'm sharing. Then you just jot down. But I'll make it as simple as possible. I'll make it as simple and practical as possible. Honestly speaking, if you look at that pack, I'm seeing the fire emojis, keep them coming. If you look at that C9 pack and it intimidates you, or you feel, how do people sell this pack? How do people sell this pack? Let me tell you, today you will learn how to sell this pack. And you will be selling them. In fact, you'll be selling them like nobody's business. I'm very excited already. And by the way, guys, have you noticed an assistant supervisor now makes a clean 5,000? There's an assistant supervisor in my team who was telling me that we are making a little bit more profit than we used to make before the price increase. Like assistant supervisors are making, I think, 5,085 or 5,100 and something. Did you know that? Who has noticed that? One C9 gives you a good 5. So that means if you sell 2, you have 10,000. You have 10,000. It's very exciting. And a whole 0.482 cc. Hey, very good time to be able to sell this pack. So let's do this. I see we are ready, and I hope you have your pen, you have your book and your pen. Let's begin. Clean 9 program. So let's start with what exactly Clean 9 program is. Our Clean 9 program is part of our weight loss program. It is the detox part of the weight loss. What happens when you do C9 is that you're able to cleanse stored toxins in your body. You cleanse stored toxins in your body. Yes, remember when you're talking to your clients, you need to be able to make sure that you're speaking to people who you don't need to exaggerate, you don't need to lie, you don't need to do anything above what is the truth. Okay? So what that means is you don't need to tell somebody that, if you don't remove stored toxins, you start even threatening the client. You don't need to, because we all learned in biology, and even you mentioned it, the liver, the kidneys, the colon already do a very good job of excretion. But when we look at our lifestyle, what we are exposed to, that is what you tell your clients. The things we are exposed to are not what our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers, and our other ancestors were exposed to. Ours is just on another level. From the food we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe, the drugs we take, there's just so much. I mean, it won't pass like 3, 6, or 1 year before you see in the news, I don't know, recently it was what? Aflatoxins in our maize flour. I remember even somebody saying, my goodness, even ugali is not safe. Aflatoxins in our maize flour, cooking oil. There were cooking oils that were sort of like banned in the market. There was a time they were talking about the preservation tactics that supermarkets use to preserve their red meat or just meat in general. There's been just so much, okay? And then we are moving from organic foods and more towards processed foods. And our gut, that is not what our gut was meant to do. You know, the things that sometimes we eat, it slows down everything. It slows down, you know, our digestive system is our sewer system. So things start clogging up. And that is what actually brings all these issues. So C9 is a detox program that helps set the pace. It helps jumpstart everything. It helps reset the body, ready now to be able to lose weight and lose weight efficiently. Sawa. So it's a 9-day program. It's a 9-day program, and it comes in a pack that has everything that you need for 9 days. All right? Okay, there we are together. Now, what follows Clean 9? What follows Clean 9 is called now F15. What does F15 do? F15 helps you to lose more weight. It helps you to, because you'll be doing 9 days, that is Clean 9, and 15 days, which is F15. Together, that is 24 days. And they say it takes 21 days or more to break a bad habit. So once you do C9 and F15, especially back to back, you're able to break most of the bad habits that have led that person to where they are right now. Okay, so it helps you to lose more weight. It helps you to break bad habits. It helps you with learning sustainability. It's very, very important. That word is very, very key. Write these things down. A very key word, because some of the clients have never heard of sustainability. They're just promised things, you know, you will lose it, but they've never had, oh, your program will help me to lose, but be able to help me maintain my transformation. That is exactly what I'm looking for. So F15 teaches you sustainability. This is what I tell my clients. F15 is now practical. It is now the reality on the ground. Yes, it is not possible for most people to eat boiled food for the rest of their lives. Yes, it is not possible for most people to stay without salt in their food for the rest of their lives. So in F15, it's about moderation. It is about balancing out calories in the day and less about eliminating and too much restrictions. But C9, that has to happen for the detox process to happen efficiently. Another thing that F15 does, it locks in lean muscle. Remember, this person will have taken Light Ultra for 9 days and then for 15 days. Now, 24 days of taking a high quality bioavailable protein like Light Ultra your body is not the same. Your body is not the same. I've been doing this business for the past 8 years, and what I learned, what my immediate upline taught me to sell when I was still an assistant supervisor, that is what has grown. Actually, for me, C9 is that product that I do hats off to. That is the pack that has built my business, to be completely honest. Maybe I didn't even introduce myself properly. I'm Rhoda Mwangi. I'm a senior manager in this business. So what was I connecting that to? What was I connecting that to? I don't even remember what I was connecting it to. Anyway, I've remembered. Let me give an example of Terry to explain what I wanted to say. Terry bought her pack, was it in 2017? Yes. And she lost, give or take, maybe 10 kgs. Probably 10 kgs. And this 10 kg, that is not all the weight she needed to lose, but she lost that with C9 and F15. So this lady added most of the weight after childbirth, which is the reality for most women. Now, she was very happy with her results. Then after probably like 2 years, she got actually her third child. And when she got her third child, she gained a little bit more weight. So I was trying to understand, because I was curious to know. So I asked her, Terry, the difference between how you added weight with your second born or first born and this third born that you got after you had used the C9 and the F15, what was the difference? And she told me she could see that she added less weight with the third born, and she was able to return back to her body much easier than the first and second born. Let me explain how that can happen. If somebody does their workouts well, and they actually did C9 and A15, and even better, continue taking Light Ultra long term. You see, our Light Ultra is one of the best quality protein shakes in the market, probably even the best. And it's bioavailable, meaning the body can easily take it up and use it to make lean muscle very easily, compared to a complex protein like a steak or just general meat or plant protein. It's already, it's ready for use. It's ready for what the body needs it to do. Needs it for whatever it wants it to. Okay, specifically it's for building lean muscle. It is ready to help the body build lean muscle. I don't know if you get what I mean. So that means she had locked her body enough with lean muscle, and that means her body was less susceptible to weight gain compared to the other time. So you understand that part of helping you to maintain your transformation. I'm saying, as you say, same here, I agree. After baby number 2, I've snapped back with a breastfeeding pack. Correct. There's a difference. So I usually tell my clients, I've sold C9 and I've sold C9 and A15. And to be completely honest, the people who get value for their money, to mean that you lose more weight, you're able to attain your goals, and you're able to sustain that transformation for a longer time, are the people who do C9 and A15. Always focus on the value. Always focus on the value. Up to there, are we together? I'm so excited about talking about this pack. You can imagine talking about the same pack for 8 years. Share fire emojis if you are together. Are we together? Share fire emojis. Share fire emojis. Share fire emojis if we are together till there. Good. Now let's talk about the mindset of somebody who is selling C9 and A15. First of all, you need to understand. Right now, C9 is 16,833, right? And the 15 is how much? 20,000 and what? It doesn't matter even if it is 25K. It doesn't matter that C9 will reach 20K. The point here is this, where after all is said and done, it's the most superior weight management program in the market. That's it. That's it. It's the most superior. It's of very high quality, and it is safe. It is safe. This is what I tell my clients. Just jot these things down to tukiendelea. Most of the time when it comes to products in the market, most people either have to choose one or the other. To choose something that is of very high quality, not even quality, something that is very effective, but not safe. Something that is very effective, but not safe. Or something that is very safe, but not very effective. Let me give examples. Let me start with the latter. Something that is very safe, but not effective. What have you had your clients telling you wamejaribu before? What have you had your clients telling you they've drunk? Especially the homemade ones. Lemon water. What else? Green tea. What else? Mostly the ones that are made at home. Sindio. They are. Let me focus mostly on those homemade ones. Ginger. I don't know. Especially hot water. The people who tell you hot water will go and the weight loss industry has comedy here. So there's that. And then there's things that are very effective but not safe. So the ones that you hear people saying you are injected with something, you shrink, but they are after effects. There is going to be a price to pay at the tail end. Now, what we are selling here, you don't have to compromise. You don't have to choose one or the other. As smoothies, as we have both quality and safety in one. Now that comes at a price. Effective and safe. You're not worried about whether it is short-term or long-term side effects. That cannot be cheap. That cannot cost 500 bob. That cannot cost 5,000. It honestly cannot cost 10,000. It can never, not in this economy, it can't. It costs the way it costs because it delivers both. Higher. Another thing, it works. Who knows C9 works? C9 works. Even the client who will complain, after the 9 days, especially if you coach them correctly, they're like, I'm happy. It works. Okay, so it is very affordable in comparison to what it delivers. Anything that delivers comes at a cost. Let's not lie to each other. Okay. All right, that is that. So your mindset has to be there. So whatever you're selling, it is affordable in relation to the value it gives. There are things for 5,000 in the market. There are things for 500 bob in the market. It depends with what the client wants. Susan, Mercy, is it results that you want? Is it that you want on the day 10 in the morning, you can fit in your clothes and say, wow, I got value for my money? If that is the case, the price for C9 is 16,833. That's it. And they're going to see their results. Let's go on to content. What content are you looking for to share with your client? You're looking for to share, first of all, asking relevant questions. The same way you'd go into a consultant's office that is a doctor, they just can't, you can't just walk in and they tell you, the first thing you're going to do, you're going to take amoxil. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take paracetamol. The third thing is, no, they'll ask you questions. So the same way, ask relevant questions for you to understand the client. And sometimes you do that was to have the client feel like they are heard, and they matter. Number 2, value. You're sharing value. And most of the time, value is benefits and what makes the product unique. Others known as USP, unique selling point. What is unique about what you're offering compared to what is in the market? Need. Is it addressing the client's needs? Then risks if they do not take action. Then expected results. That's another part of content and asking questions. I'll repeat them again. Content that you're going to share, relevant questions. Number 2, the value. Value entails benefits of the program, in this case C9, and the unique selling points. What makes our program unique or the products inside the pack unique? The need. When you're speaking, you're addressing the particular need of that client. The risks of not taking action. It is important for them to know. And you're not saying it in a form of threats or anything. Just finding creative ways or a smart way to share that without making the client feel like you're pushing them to a corner. Expected results and asking questions. Let's dive into the value. Where do I personally be? I'll just share what I usually do. Number 1, I tell the client, first of all, let me tell you, don't wait for the client to ask you questions okay, let's start at the very top. Our mission statement has this word called empathy. What is empathy? Putting yourself in another person's shoes. The best seller is the empathetic seller. The best retailer in the room is the most empathetic person in the room. Putting yourself in the client's shoes. I assure you, the people who sell are not the people who know like every ingredient in products. The person who sells, the person who relates to the client, who puts themselves in the client's shoes, who thinks to themselves, what could be the client thinking about? Now that I've said this, what are they already thinking? If you have that in mind, that is how you finish, and the client is like, wow, my goodness. And the only thing that's standing between them and the order is the money, whether they have the money or not. But as far as them understanding, wanting to buy from you, you've sorted that out very well. Are we together? So do not wait for the client to ask you, are there side effects? No, you should know that. If it were you, just put, already you're in forever, you've attended trainings, there are no side effects. But does the client know that? Does Lucy know that? Does Juma know that? No, they don't. All they know is that they saw tablets somewhere. So you should think to yourself, they're probably thinking this is a medicine. Immediately. You don't need to be asked, are these medicine for you now to address? No, they are not. Imagine what they're asking, what they could be asking, and address them beforehand. So number 1 thing, remove this thing for their drugs, their medicines out of the way from the very beginning. Because what you want is The information you'll be now, by the time you get to Garcinia and aloe vera does this, they actually have an open mind and they're listening to you. But if you're still talking about Therm and Light Ultra and they're still thinking side effects, oh my goodness, this is my sister who told me they took I don't know what, and they're now struggling to conceive. What if they're not listening to you? They're just their mind is just running with all these worst case scenarios that could be that could happen. So remove these fears, if I could call them that, out of the way as early as possible. So where do I begin? Number one, this program is not it's not a pack of drugs or medicine. These are not drugs or medicines. This is a natural way of losing weight. This is a natural detox program. Okay? So what that means is what you already know, or what nutritionists say, or the natural way of losing weight that everybody knows, which is what? Working out and checking portions. Food portion control. That is actually at the core of our program. You see, now the client is like, oh, okay. All right, now, okay, yeah, that sounds familiar. You're making the client go. You are in the client's shoes. It's not about you. Let me give a very good example. Me, I've literally sat next to somebody, very confident, and they're like, so Garcinia, it will help you. It's wonderful. You will not have sagging skin, and Light Ultra will definitely curb your cravings. And they still close that order. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not really about. I'm not telling you to say the things the wrong way. All I'm just trying to tell you is the client understanding what you're saying is more important than you being a pro. There's no panel that is watching you to make sure that you're using the best English and you know the ingredients. It's about the client. Put the focus on the client and you'll close your orders. That's it. Let's continue. Are we together? Now, so portion control and exercises are at the core of the program. But because people already do these things, people do these things. You have clients who tell you, Mimi, nimeshinda gym, I've been in the gym for the longest time and I'm still not seeing results, or I really tried, I'm even starving myself. So you tell them there are people who do these things, but they never see results, or they do these things, but the results come in too slowly. What is the other thing? Or I've done this, I lost weight. For example, the people who go to the gym, I went to the gym, I lost weight, but within no time it came back. So there are those struggles. That is where now the program comes in. You've seen how I've explained. So these are not drugs or medicine. This is a natural way of losing weight. That means food portion control and exercise are at the core of the program. But because the people who do these things and they still struggle, either they lose and then it returns, or they don't lose at all, or the process is too slow and they get frustrated, and you make sure that you try and engage. Can you relate with what I'm sharing? Then they tell you, yeah, remember you're speaking to a client. Don't rap. Don't talk too much. Remember, listening, very important. Okay, then so because people are already trying these things and they are not seeing results, because people are trying these things and they're still not seeing results, or they're struggling, that is where the program comes in. That's where the program comes in. Before we get to how the program comes in, remember our content up there began with relevant questions. You remember our content began with relevant questions? I've already gone to value before the relevant questions. What are some of the relevant questions you can ask your client? My first one that I usually ask is, do you want to lose tummy mostly, or do you want to lose general weight, or is it just a thorough detox that you're looking forward to? What is your goal? Understand what they want. Like we've said, the same way a patient would enter a doctor's office, the doctor will start asking questions so that they can now know how to handle this person and give them the results that they want. Another question you can ask is, have you tried anything? That comes almost naturally. Or this is your problem. Have you tried anything to solve this problem before you've contacted me today? Have you tried anything else out there? It could be gym. And you give examples so that they can get an idea. Is it gym, other products, programs, slimming teas? Have you tried anything? Has any of them worked? Okay, you ask them, has any of them worked? What are you, another one that you can ask is, what are you looking forward to the most Is it getting your confidence back? Is it about health, feeling healthy? The people who are just health driven. It's not even about fitting in clothes. They just want to be healthy. Some of them have already been told by their doctors, if you don't take care of this, your blood pressure will be out of control, your diabetes type 2 will be out of control. So get to understand what is driving the client. For me, I can say that those first three are enough. You can ask others, okay? You can ask others, but those are the main ones. Those are the main ones. Do you want to lose tummy mostly or general weight? Have you tried anything so far to be able to lose either whatever they've answered? Have any of them worked? Whatever they've answered, has it worked? What is driving you the most? Is it, don't just act like that, give them examples. Is it conflict? Is it? Remember, you're engaging the client. Now let's go back to where we had reached as far as value is concerned. So we've said it's not drugs or medicine, it's a natural way of losing weight, but the program comes in to be able to ensure that those frustrations of doing the right thing, but you're not seeing the correct results, or you're not moving at the pace you want to move, they've been addressed. So how does C9 address this? This is how I usually summarize it. The C9 and F15 addresses these frustrations or this stagnation or these struggles by getting rid of 4 main obstacles that stand in the way of somebody trying to lose weight, losing that stubborn tummy, etc. By getting rid of 4 main obstacles that stand in the way. The first one is buildup of toxins. Buildup of toxins. Why am I not mentioning the products first? Because I'm putting myself in the client's shoes. Is the client more interested in the products, or are they more interested in how this C9 works in relation to them losing their tummy? It is the latter, right? So let's work from the known to the unknown. Okay. So buildup of toxins in the body, how do you explain that? Very simply, the body can never release fat if it is still burdened with toxins. The body cannot release fat faster and sustainably. But then you can release, but sustainably, not really. The body cannot release fat fast and sustainably without releasing toxins. Why? One of the ways that the body defends itself, from buildup of toxins is actually fat. One of the ways that the body defends itself from buildup of toxins is actually accumulating fat. So trying to release this fat without getting rid of what attracted it in the first place, it's a tall order. Sometimes it's a losing battle. It's going against the grain and you don't need to. And that is why the struggle comes in. So let's get rid of this thing that actually attracted the fat in the first place. And that is where our aloe vera comes in. Our aloe vera helps to cleanse, it helps to detox, and it helps to remove the stored toxins that are in the body. So that finally, the body can have a chance to release fat faster. If that is well understood, fire emojis on the chat box. We go to the second point. Is that well understood? Simple as that. That's where it comes in. So trying to lose fat without releasing toxins, that's difficult. So that is where it all begins. And you tell them, that's another way of now even cementing it. You tell them, have you ever done a detox, a proper detox? When they tell you no, you tell them, oh, no. You haven't? You call them by their name. Then Moses, I assure you, you are carrying between 2 to 4 kgs of tox, and you even change your sound, your voice. You have to learn. What is it called? Is it tonality? Yeah. I'm telling you, Moses, then you're carrying between 2 to 4 kgs of toxins in your body. Moses, if you've done something intonation, yes. If you've done something important today, okay, you don't have to be too dramatic. You don't have to be too dramatic, but me, I get dramatic. If there's one thing you have done of use today, is to give me a call. Can you imagine carrying that on a daily basis? Let's continue, Moses. And you continue. So that is that. I can see if my emojis you have understood. The second hindrance is low metabolism. Low metabolism. So you tell them, have you ever seen, again, known to the unknown? I can assure you, I have a client who is currently doing C9. She's very happy doing her C9. And she used over 30,000 because she bought C9 and a 15 just the other day. I assure you where she is right now, even when she was walking out of the hall with those packs. If you asked her, what does thumb do? She would not answer, but she would tell you the hindrances that pack they're carrying takes care of. So it's about the client understanding. Sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves. I need to know the names. Knowing the names is good, but understand what the client needs, because they're going to hear about detox. I don't know from who. They're going to hear, I don't know, a slim tea. The information you've given them should be so good that they're like, but that one I know doesn't have protein for helping me to name me. I don't want sagging skin. You get. The way that gentleman explained, the way that lady explained, etc., etc. Let's continue. So low metabolism. Tell them, have you ever seen those people who are very skinny, but they eat a lot? Whether they eat what or what, most clients will tell you, oh my goodness. Most of them have a story. Most of them have their sister. Most of them will tell you, yes, I know. In fact, they'll start telling you. And when they tell you, don't insist, and no, listen to this, and you wonder, right? Encourage them to open up. You're also building, but then when you're explaining, use that chance to build some sort of a foundation of a relationship with the client. Have you ever sometimes sold a product and you're almost sure that person has just bought from you because they've liked you from how you converse with them on phone? Honestly, there's the way the product sells, but you just felt that you connected with that client and they are just pleased to buy from you. And they even bought very quickly because it is you. And they felt so understood by you. It is. I can see somebody's relating there. Okay. So you tell them, and they tell you, hey, my so-and-so, my so-and-so. Okay. So you tell them that person has high metabolism. What that means is that when they eat, what the body needs is taken, and the rest is just burnt into energy. So they hardly gain weight. The opposite now is what the issue now that the C9 addresses is about, which is low metabolism. That, again, when you eat, what the body needs is taken. The rest, instead of being converted into energy, it is stored into fats. Even if it is little, you tell them, like the way you've told me, some of them will tell you, even I don't even eat much. Sometimes I even eat one meal a day. Tell them, even that little that you eat, the body is just in the business of storing fat. And you tell them, that is why sometimes you'll find two people. You use examples. The point is to help the client understand. You'll see two people who have gone to the gym, they have the same workout plan, they have the same trainer even, but one person loses weight so fast and the other one remains in a place of struggle. And the only difference, honestly, between the two is just the person who is struggling has very low metabolism. You want the body to go left, the body is going right. You want it to burn, the body is in the business of storing. Burning, the body is storing. Burning, the body is storing. Until you correct that, you'll one day give up and say, us in our family, genes, DNA, it has got nothing to do with genes. Sometimes it's just low metabolism. So what corrects low metabolism? Forever Calm. So you tell them there's a product called Forever Calm that helps to kickstart and to improve your metabolism, so that like so and so, and you even mentioned that person they've told you that is, your body now is able to operate properly, because healthy metabolism is how a healthy body should operate. Okay, where the extra calories are burnt into energy instead of being stored into fats. Put 5 emojis if that is well understood, and you can prepare your questions in the meantime. Have you understood that one? That's the second hindrance. Buildup of toxins, good. Let's go to the next one. Cravings and appetite. Too much cravings and very high appetite. Is that an issue that you have, Susan? Let me tell you. Let me now tell you. Tell them, hey, tell me. Like I've told you, time for explaining you will have. Every chance you have the client, you have the client, opening up. Encourage them to open up. What is your craving? What do you overdo? Tell me the truth. They tell you meat is chapo. Chapo. Encourage them. Like I've told you, that's a chance for you to build a relationship with them. Remember, it's like the way you enter an interview room. You have one chance to make a good impression. That's the first call. Be very memorable. Because they might leave there and go to Instagram and find the same C9 being advertised by another person. What will make them not want to hit that send message? It's the impression that you made to them. I don't know if we are together. Are we together? So don't say these clients. No, are you doing your best? Give every call your best shot. Always. Okay? Let's continue. Who has ever explained to a client so well they even gave you some money in advance? But it's very interesting, eh? Somebody just to pay us you some cash. Who has ever? It has happened. I have experienced that at buy supper. So that person has not even bought any product. It's interesting how much people want to be seen and be heard and be listened to. You know, there's one who was telling me, you know, these online people, they're so quick and they're so shallow. This is how much, where do you want it delivered? The way you've explained to me, wow. You know, let's continue. The second one is cravings and appetite. So they told you, So you tell them, now with those cravings and appetite, guess what? We have a product called Garcinia. And Garcinia is from a fruit called Garcinia Cambogia. Okay? So the juice has been put in capsule form to help you control excess appetite and cravings and to burn the excess fats that are in your body, the stored fats that are in your body. All right. The Garcinia helps to burn the stored fats that are already in your body right now. Remember, the term was helping you to not store the more fats from the extra calories. Now, this one tackles the already fats that are currently in your body, as it helps to control excess appetite and cravings. Now, you tell me, you're making progress. You see the way it is removing common hindrances. You tell them, most people, they want to do the right thing, but hey, after gym, they sit down and they return everything they've sweat for in the gym. You know, they return back all the calories back to the body. So it is just removing, adding, and sometimes even the adding is way more. So somebody is not seeing much of results. Until there, are we together? We are now on the fourth one. We finish. Put 5 emojis if we are together. Put 5 emojis if you are together. We've tackled 3 hindrances. Aloe vera, thumb, I don't call it tablets. That's another thing. Using friendly language. Don't use the word pills. Tablets, avoid the word tablets. Again, I'm putting myself in the client's shoes. I want them to forget about, nobody likes medicine. Nobody likes drugs. So I'd rather use thumb multivitamin. Because when you look at the ingredients of thumb, it's a blend of vitamins. It has green tea. It has Robusta coffee. Those are the ones that I usually mention. Because I also don't want to be too scientific with a layman on phone, right? It's a blend of vitamins, green tea, and green tea, because they hear green tea and they're like, because many people know green tea, Robusta coffee, to be able to help you do what? To boost your metabolism. Then the Garcinia, I said Garcinia Cambogia, so that, when people hear fruit, Garcinia Cambogia fruit, they're like, oh, they're food-based. Because you told them in the beginning, these are not drugs. So they are relating when they hear fruits, they hear all these things. The last one, owning up. Now, this is how I usually get to that point. I tell them, now, learn to call people by their name. Call me by their name. Now, Joanne, you are doing your workouts. Joanne, are we together? You are doing your workouts. You're checking your portions when it comes to eating. The first hindrance that has been keeping fat in your body, which is buildup of toxins, you're taking care of it with the aloe vera gel in the pack. If it is low metabolism that has been your hindrance for the longest time, it has been corrected by the Forever Thumb. If it is too much appetite and cravings, no problem. Garcinia has helped you be able to control that. And you're also burning the fats that are in your body. What will make you not to lose weight? You will be losing weight. You will be losing weight and you'll be losing inches. Now, what you should be asking yourself is, if this fat is going, what is replacing it? What is replacing it? Because the last thing we want is sagging skin. Isn't that right, Susan? Isn't that right? And they're like, yeah, by the way, what is replacing that fat? What is replacing that fat? You tell that is now where the Light Ultra comes in. We have a protein shake we have a protein shake that helps to build lean muscle to replace the fat you are losing. You have protein shake that helps you to the high quality bioavailable plant. Remember, you said there are no drugs in this pack. High quality bioavailable plant protein that helps you to build lean muscle to replace the fat you are losing, so that your body can remain, these words, the client love them, firm and compact. It's about the words you're using. It's about the words that you're using. Firm and compact. You said you want to lose 10 kgs. 10 kgs of fat without building lean muscle, you might have another problem. Right now, it is losing the fat. We don't want you to have another problem after you've lost 10 kgs, which is loose skin. That is where the protein shake comes in. And then number two, the other thing that it will do, it will help you recover very quickly after exercises. Number three, it will help you maintain the muscle mass that is in your body. The last thing you want is to do exercises and you're losing muscle mass instead of fat. And that is how, for a woman, you start losing your behind and your tummy is still there. You start losing your hips and your fat is still there. Have you seen the testimonies that you on my page? Have you seen the testimonies on my stories? Have you noticed all the ladies have their figure intact? Hey. Have you not? Who is getting excited about this training? If you're getting excited about this training, rate number 1 on the chat box. If you're getting excited, I don't know who is sharing their screen here. I don't know who is sharing their screen here. I have no idea who is sharing their screen. Emmanuel, you can help with that. I don't know if it is excitement or it is what it is.
Just continue, Rhoda.
Okay. All right. You are getting excited, So you tell them, you have to protect those muscles. You have to protect those calves. Okay, and that is where the protein shake comes in, so that when you're working out, it is the fat you're losing. And where is the fat stored? Tummy, mostly, love handles, upper arms. That is music to your client's ears. Hey, those are my You see, if you put the client at the center of your explanation, even you yourself, you're already seeing that 16,000 coming into M-Pesa. You're like, my goodness, when will I finish this call so that I can hear ding, ding, ding. Hi. C9 is sweet. So, yeah. So those are the three things that the Light Ultra does. To replace the fat you're losing with lean muscle so that you can remain firm and compact. To maintain the muscle mass, so your calves and everything is intact. If you're talking to a man, you tell them the last thing you want is you're nicely buffed and for a man, even if you have fat mass, you still have good muscle mass. You don't also want to remain frail looking, and no man wants that. Yeah, we want to lose weight, but we want to remain with that masculine physique. And that is why that Light Ultra comes in. That is how you speak to a man as far as that is concerned, because you can't talk about calves to a man. And then quicker recovery after workouts, courtesy the Light Ultra. Now, you've already finished now. Fiber is the last product, Susan, and that will just help you to feel full during the program, to feel full between meals. And fiber also helps to bind to sludge. Sludge is that water can never remove. That is the dirt that your lemon water, even if it is the hottest water, cannot remove. Fiber helps to bind to those things in the colon that need to be removed, to remove sludge. Okay, so when you talk about the detox, Susan, you're talking about a good, you will feel it. You will feel it. You've never felt healthy, Susan. You'll feel healthy on day 10 morning, you'll tell me. Now, after you've explained all that stuff, you tell them now, what are you expecting? And then you repeat again. There's no way, you tell them, there's no way you can be working out, taking your portions. Toxins are out of the way, metabolism is high up there, you have better control of your cravings and appetite, and you're toning up and you're not seeing results. There's no way. After the 9 days, you'll have lost, now you're on the expected results, which is the part of the value you're giving them. You'll have lost 3 to 6 kgs. You'll have lost 2 to 5 inches of your tummy. You'll be feeling lighter, healthier, more energy, sleeping better. Your skin, Mary. Oh. I'm sure, Mary, you've heard about aloe vera creams. Now imagine taking it from the inside. Now imagine consuming a Mary. Are you even ready? Try. Have fun with it. Don't be too rigid. Have fun. Back at the client even laughs. They're like, what? It's a proper glow up, Mary. So just about weight loss. When we are talking about Sinen, you're talking about an overall glow up, inside and out. Those are the expected results. Now, it's important that you remind them somewhere in there. Remember, they told you their goals. Maybe some of them are talking about health. For health, make sure as you're sharing these expected results, you hit on the need. Remember when you talked about the content you're sharing, we talked about the need. And it's important to say, you can say it that part when you're sharing the kgs lost and the inches. You tell them, sometimes it's beyond what you look like. It's beyond those clothes you want to fit into. Sometimes it's that and also your health. Sometimes it's also your health. You know, Mary, being overweight, and for somebody who tells you that it's just tummy, don't tell them overweight and obesity, because they are not. And even if they are, that is not what they think. So have you heard of these clients who tell you, but me, I'm not that big. Me, it's just tummy. Who has ever found those clients? I mean, I'm not big. I'm just mine is just tummy. You tell them, actually, that's the whole issue. There's nobody who has ever had heart problems because of their hips. It has never been about lower body weight. It's always upper body weight. It's actually that tummy that's the problem, Joyce. It's that tummy. It's that tummy, actually. Upper body weight is where the problem is, because this is where all our main organs are. Your kidneys are in the upper body, in fact, around the tummy area, proper. Your liver, your heart, your lungs, your spleen, literally, most of the most important internal organs are in the upper body. And that is why this tummy cannot stay there. Being overweight or obese increases your chances of having type 2 diabetes by up to 20%. So I just want to remind you that as you're getting excited about losing weight, just remember you are also doing a very big favor to your internal health. You've already reduced your risk of so many diseases, my goodness, by just doing this Clean9 program. Okay? Whether they told you it is health or not, it's important just to mention to them. Because right now, lifestyle diseases are crazy. In fact, the number one killer disease in the whole world is heart and cardiovascular diseases. They can Google that too if they want to confirm. And what is one of the biggest cause of heart and cardiovascular diseases? Obesity and being overweight. Okay, so you remind them those things. That is where the risk of health come in. Because sometimes people will buy this program because of those risks. They're like, wait, but they even our family, there's this. Exactly. For that, now, even because of that reason, me, I would even advise you every 6 months do Clean9. And that's another thing you need to tell your clients, by the way. Clean9 you do twice a year. It's like servicing a car. Twice a year, you do a proper service to your body by doing the Clean9 detox. Joanne was doing a training to us the other day. I think it was last Friday, and she was sharing about her client who for the past 3 years buys C9 every 6 months. Imagine, it's amazing. So tell them that. But let's 2024 be that year that we tell all our clients that. Remember, every 6 months you do a cleanup, you do a glow up. This service, the way people service their cars, you service your body. After you shared those expected results, now you ask questions. Now, Mary, do you have any questions? And they ask you questions, and you answer the questions. Then you ask them, do you see how the pack is going to help you? Have you understood how the pack is going to help you? Yes. So how much is it? Don't mince your words. That's not the time to go like, oh my God, I hope what? 16,800 And they ask you, what is the 3 bob at the end for? It's a US company. So when you turn US dollars into Kenya shillings, it comes to odd numbers. Yeah. So it's 16,833 Kenya shillings. It's 16,800, yes, and 83 shillings. Yeah. And then don't keep quiet. Another thing, when you share that price, don't keep quiet. You tell them, in fact, I'm placing orders for this week. I'm placing orders for my goodness. We are overwhelmed. We are completely overwhelmed by orders left, right, and center. So when do you want your pack between today and Friday, so that we can quickly plan for the delivery? There's another thing I usually tell my clients. Power of assumption. Power of assumption means I know I have done such an impeccable job of explaining to you. I know the only thing in your mind right now is buying. So this is how I usually tell my clients. Now, when this pack arrives, they've not even told you they're buying it. When this pack arrives, please don't start. This part is golden, guys. This part is golden. When this pack arrives to you, by the way, and you say this part you can say whatever I'm saying at any point, as long as it's this end, where at any point that you're finishing off the explanation, or they've said, yes, I see how it will help me, around that point. So you tell them, now when you're talking about now getting the product, you tell them, now when you get the product, please don't start fast. Please don't start fast. I'm a very result-oriented coach. For me, what is important is the client sees the results. Mary, there's no... Hey. Let me hydrate. Mary, there's no point of you spending 16,833 and not see results. Isn't it, Mary? Isn't it, Mary? And they tell you yes. But some of them, yeah, because it will even me, if I were you, I would demand for those reasons. And you tell them, that is why I am telling you, this product, when it comes to, they've not even told you they want. You assume that they're getting it. When this product reaches you, please don't start. Make sure that I'll make sure that I've shared with you all the necessary guidelines, because some people, they just tell the client, there's a book inside there, you figure out how you're going to do it. Now, that's not me. That is what you're doing right now is selling yourself and edifying yourself. That is part of selling, by the way. Edify yourself, so that as they are listening to you, they understand, I'm not only just buying a pack, I am buying the services of a spectacular coach. My goodness. If you're enjoying this training, write a number 1 on the chat box. It's because the rally is weeks away. I don't know what is going on. Hey. Let them understand that they're also buying the services of a what? Sell yourself, by the way. Who knows, it is not easy to start telling the client, Senior, you do this. After you've told them, they're telling you, was I supposed to mix Garcinia in the aloe vera? And you're like, oh my goodness, I have to repeat myself again. That work is a lot of work. So it is important that they understand that you're going to be holding their hand all the way. Are we together? Yes. So you tell them, when the pack arrives, do not start. I'll be able to share guidelines with you so that we can go through it together. If you are the person who takes them through step by step, or you meet with them, especially somebody in Nairobi, can even tell them, I'll come to you, I take you through nicely, but that is when you are ready to buy. Yeah, because you can go to Thika and explain everything, and they tell you, now I have seen. Hey, who has ever gone through that? But you can still do it. Sometimes you can do that and somebody comes and they buy. It depends. Maybe somebody has told you, you can bring. Then you've already told your upline, today you will know who I am. Today I'm moving Senen and 15 together, and you go all the way to Thika and the client, and you've explained everything, and the client tells you, now I have seen. Hey! Now I have seen. I will do what? I will dash you. The legends know what is in the dash. I will do what? You? I will? I will? I'm looking for that word. No, I will let you know. I will dash you. There's another one. No, there's another one. There's another one. But it's very common. No. I will dash you. It starts with an S. Hey, and you guys are typing quickly. It starts with an S. I am looking for it. It's almost here. I will S you. Aye, guys. I will. I will. I will. Have you guys have never been told, I will surprise you? I wish they knew you were already surprised. I wish they knew you already surprised that you have come all the way and you'll be carrying those boxes back to Nairobi. Anyway, so sometimes you have to persevere. Some of these clients actually come through, and some of them sit and they're like, oh my God, but that lady came all the way here, but that gentleman came all the way here, and they become very, very good clients of yours because they tell you came all the way. Me, I can say, because I've gone through that and I've had very good clients from then on. You do what you need to do to build a customer base. Sawa. But preferably, if at least they've now committed, it's a better time to go that extra mile, just as a disclaimer. But I wouldn't say just, people are different. I have met clients who, if they don't see you in person and they hear CNN from your mouth while you're together, they will never buy. They will never buy. So even if you insist on, I want to just explain to you on call, you lose that client. Because some people, in their minds, physical interaction is how they understand things. So you go with what the client wants, by the way, sometimes. Just go with what the client wants. It's important. So as I was saying, now, after you've told them, you're a result-oriented coach, and what matters is results, then you tell them, I'll give you that guidance. And then we set a date. Use the word we. Yes, they're the ones they're the ones who are going to do the program, but use the word we so that they can feel you're in it together. Clients just want this kind of thing. Many clients are not complicated. They are not. They want that human touch. That's it. Mm-hmm. We set a date, we start. We start, and I will follow up you all the way. Results you must see, Mary. We talked about mentioning the client's name. That personalization is usually very effective, calling people by their name. Okay? And then you close. Tell you, call me end month, tell them end month it is. Can you imagine by 9th, tell the destination. Can you imagine by 9th of, when is this month? January. Imagine 9th of Valentine's. My goodness. But Susan, I don't know if you understand. You don't understand what it's like to just hold your tummy like this and feel, is this even my tummy? Start feeling lighter, healthier, your skin, even without makeup, glowing. For the man, you are jumping three stairs at a go, you're feeling healthy, you're moving more swiftly. Fatigue and tiredness and brain fog is out of the way. You feel so good about yourself. Wouldn't you want that? Yes. You close the order like that and you keep it moving. So that's it, guys. That's all I have for you as far as how to sell C9. That is all I have for you. Now, if somebody tells you they only want to lose tummy, don't focus too much on kgs. I know your upline told you, and I have talked about here 3 to 6 kgs, but don't insist too much on kgs, because especially people who keep repeating, meat just tummy. What they're trying to tell you in many words is that they don't want to lose weight. They don't want to lose their calves. They only want to lose tummy. So what you can tell them is, when you're talking about the expected results, focus mostly on inches. Lose 2 to 5 inches of your tummy, because you see, you've tailor-made your explanation to the need of that client. The person who tells you they want to lose 10 kgs, you can share properly 3 to 6 kgs. I'm not saying that you hide to the client that you're going to lose kgs. I'm just saying emphasize things in your explanation that hit the need of the client more. All right? Let me give an example. Somebody tells me, me, I just want to lose tummy. I don't want the other places to be touched at all. I'll be realistic with them and tell them there's nothing like spot losing, where you only lose this part and this part. There's nothing like that in weight loss. You will lose weight generally, but because of the protein shake that is in the pack that maintains muscle mass, when you work out, the places that shrink the most are where fats are more than where muscles are. That is why you see in our testimonies, the men maintain their masculine physique and the ladies maintain their curves intact. Where most of the shrinking happens is the tummy, the love handle, back fat, upper arms, where loose fat is stored. The muscle must remain intact. Okay? So you don't have to worry. You will lose a few inches here and there, but most of the inches will be around the tummy. And remember, you tell them, because the tummy shrinks, in fact, now your figure, even if you've lost a little bit in all the areas, your figure will actually be more conspicuous because your tummy has done what? Your waistline area has shrunk. Are we together? Another thing, it is expensive. Oh, it is, hey, that's a lot of money. Focus on their need. You tell them, oh, okay. So, John, unless I didn't catch you correctly, because from what you explained to me, you seem like what matters to you is you want to see results. Is that right, John? What matters to you is that you see a difference in your body. Isn't that right, John? What matters to you is that you get healthy and you get fit. Isn't that right, John? So from what I have caught or what I've understood from our interaction is that is what is most priority, not a cheap product. What you want are results, not a cheap product, unless I didn't catch you correctly. No, I want results. Then guess what? Our program is going to give you results. Now, to find something that is effective and that is safe, that will not cost you your health in the short term or long term, that cannot cost 5,000. And John, I can assure you, in the market, you will not lack 2,500 products. If you go to River Road right now, you will not lack it. But at what cost, John? What is the use of using something cheap? It won't work, or it might work. And then one day you are in a doctor's office and they're asking you, is there anything in your history that you've taken that you are a bit concerned about? And you start mentioning them and they're like, oh my goodness, that product, it's so... Would you want to have that kind of a scenario in your future? No. Then guess what? If it is results that you want, then make this a priority. If that is your priority, then in short, what you mean is that it is equivalent to you making this a priority. Put your money together and get this back. You will not regret it. Focus them on their need. Focus them on their goal. You don't have to keep saying, no, it is not expensive. No. What do you want? Is it results or a cheap product? Because if it is results, then this is what you're looking at. And you tell them, the people who buy this product are the people who want results. The people who buy this product are not people who are in trial and error. Let me see if it works. To be completely honest, I don't know about you guys. I don't know if there's anybody here who has ever sold to somebody who is probably going for a wedding in like 10 days. I've ever sold to somebody who their wedding day was like literally, I think 10 days too. I've ever sold to a musician who was doing their shoot, I think 10, 12 days from the time that they started the C9, because they had done it before and they knew, they know C9, sure bet. So they just wanted to shrink in the tummy area and fit in the clothes they wanted to fit in to be able to do that music video. And they bought the C9. So I usually give those examples and I tell them, these are for people who want to see results. So if you want to see results, then you are the perfect clientele for Clean9 program. These things that people tell you, I hope it works, and you've already used your money. And you tell them, there are people who buy those products, the 3,500 one, the 5,500 one, and then after all spending all that money, they still come back and say, you know what, all of them didn't work. Let me just buy. Now imagine you've spent so much money. If only you could have just started. Most of them go like, I wish I just started from just C9 once and for all and continued with my F15 program. So you don't have to have those kind of regrets. Just start with us and keep it moving. Sawa. Well, I hope you've learned, guys. I hope you've learned. That is it from me. Let me see if there are any questions. If I've missed any while I was speaking, because sometimes when you're looking at the chat box, you can get distracted. Let me see if I can see any question. How do you answer this question when a client tells you that I know you only want to sell, or I know that a market strategy? I know that one. And unajua kuconvince. What I tell them is, maybe I do. Maybe that is what I sound like. But you know what? I'm just speaking from passion. From passion, when you've been here and you see people who had given up on their goals, that's what I usually tell them, by the way, who had given up on their fitness goals, and they end up seeing results, and they tell you, thank God I bought this product. You explain this product differently, and that is what you're experiencing. I'm just a passionate coach, because I've seen what this product has done to people, and how it has helped people. So I cannot hide my confidence. I cannot hide my passion. And the product works, Susan. It's not a marketing, it works. I cannot under-explain it. It's just what it does. And if those results are what you want, let's go ahead and get started with this program. That is how I explain it. As simple as that. Or sometimes I usually say, it's not a marketing strategy. I'm just good at explaining, because I've seen it work for so many people. And why not help another person? Why not help another person and prevent them from getting this lifestyle disease that many people are struggling with? Type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and all these things, heart diseases, things like that is what I usually say. You don't need to say, no, I'm not marketing. No. You tell them, I don't know, maybe I sound like that, but I'm just good at educating because I'm super passionate. I cannot hide my joy. I cannot hide the passion that I have with products that work as good as this product works. Yeah. Vanessa, when a client asks why can't they start with the 15 instead of C9, what do you say? C9 is a detox. It's the one that sets the pace for the program. A15 is so lenient. You'd eat twice a day and one shake. The reason why, when you look at the C9 program, the way it is designed, you take the first 2 days, you take aloe vera how many times a day? People who have done it, I know people who have done it here. How many times a day? Anybody who has done C9? Day 1 and 2, you take aloe vera how many times? Sorry, that's what I meant. Day 1 and 2 of C9, you take aloe vera how many times a day? 4 times a day. Even it is written on there's somewhere that it is written that the first 2 days you purge toxins, a lot of toxins. That is what sets the pace. In fact, they say if you can be faithful and do the right thing the first 2 days, you've set the pace for the whole program from C9 all the way to F15. So you tell them, you have to do C9. It's what sets the pace. It's like the foundation. It's like trying to build a house without a foundation. It won't work. The body has to be shaken up. It has to be reset. It's like a jump start. It's like, hey, your metabolism is too low. Let's kickstart it. Too much toxins in that colon. Let's get rid of that, so that now, by the time F15 lands, it's dealing with a body that is clean, because F15 is now fat. Clean 9, those 3 to 6 kgs is both. People will ask, hey, 3 to 6. It is both stored toxins and fats. For people who are like, hey, that's a lot. Hey, that sounds unhealthy. You tell them it's not just fat alone. It is stored toxins and fats. But now F15 is fats only. And the reason why you can still lose 3 all the way to 8 or more kgs with F15 is because you lose 3 to 8 kgs with F15 or more. It's because now this is purely fat. Okay? And losing 3 kgs of pure fat is not a joke. Eh? It's not a joke. Yeah, so that is how I explain. Your skin glow is blinding. What's your skincare routine? What I can't do without, because it changes depending on how psyched I am with my routine, but I can't do without illuminating gel. That product called illuminating gel. That one is the one. Illuminating gel I can't do without. So maybe that's the most standard in my skincare routine. If they ask whether the change is permanent, I tell them you will lose what we've shared, expected results. You tell them sustainability means Susan, I don't think you've spent all this money to learn all these habits, because we learn so much from the program itself for you to go back to square zero. You can't learn drinking 2 to 2.5 liters of water on a daily basis and then go back to drinking tea the whole day and no water. Whatever you've learned from C9 and F15, keep up with those new habits, and you'll be able to maintain them. So I tell them, in short, if you go back to reckless and ignoring everything that you've learned and going back to not taking heed of anything, healthy lifestyle, you will return that weight back, because this is not magic. It's not magic. Yeah, if you go back to eating badly and no exercise at all, you will regain back the weight. But if you work, and you don't have to be perfect that you're living in the gym or you go to the gym every day, even if it is 3 times a day of workouts, let's say 30 to 1 hour workouts 3 times a week, that is still sustainability. Telling yourself, I'll even buy a 2-liter water bottle, and every day I will sleep having finished that 2-liter bottle. That is you maintaining. Telling yourself, I'll never eat my dinner past 7, like you've learned in the C9, that is still maintaining. So telling them, try and maintain those things that you learn in the program, and yes, the changes will be permanent. In fact, you'll even continue doing better and better. What is the first product do I start with? I don't know what you mean, but as far as what we discussed is C9, then F15. The recording, I'm sure, will be shared by Emmanuel. Yeah, so your upline manager will be able to share it with you. How about those who don't have loose fats, or rather they have good weight but want to build muscle? Is C9 recommended? Yes, they can use C9 for detox, and then once they're done with the detox, they can now do the building of the muscles pack, which is multi-marker, light ultra, aloe vera, forever daily, because the minerals are also important. That's what I can recommend. If there are any other experts in the forum, they can also be able to share more of the products that they can use. I know Agi is not available. Agi would also be a good option, but it's not available right now. But that would have been the other thing that you would add: light ultra, multi-marker, aloe, forever daily, or bee pollen. Okay. I cannot see any other question. Someone DM'd me and told me they used the C9 program 4 years ago and didn't get any results. When I asked how they did the program, they never responded back. Then I guess you didn't get your answer. That's it. But for people who ask, how come I didn't see results? How come I didn't see results? You tell them either you didn't get the right coaching. Yeah. People who don't see results, they didn't get the right coaching. Not that they didn't get the right coaching, they did it the way they understood. For example, let me give an example. Fiber, it has been written mixed with water or any other beverage. Now, when you say any other beverage and there's nobody to tell you it can only be water for the most part, and you mix it with uji. Now, fiber with uji, you see, now there's a problem already. There's already a problem. There's another person who will understand that book and see breakfast, lunch, they eat bacon, sausages, and whatever. And then now they take Garcinia. They say, I'm done with my breakfast. Now let me see. You see, people are different. Some will see the light ultra and go like, the way that pouch looks like, hey, this looks like milk, and they do with dairy milk. So if somebody doesn't have good coaching, unfortunately, they don't see results. Another thing that could make somebody lose very little weight, not the 3 to 6 kgs I've mentioned, is if they do regular detoxing. If they detox regularly, somebody might even lose 1 kg because they do the detox regularly. So that 1 kg is for the most part fat. Okay, so that can also happen. What is the other thing? If somebody was doing the C9 program and they were lifting weights for the most part and not doing cardio, that means they were not necessarily, you see, even the C9 booklet, the part for exercises, it is written, running and aerobic exercises are the ones that burn the most calories. So if somebody is lifting weights, what are they doing? They are building muscle. Muscle and fat, which is heavier? Muscle. So that person might not lose much weight, but they will lose inches. That's another thing. Every time somebody tells you, oh, I didn't lose much, we tell them, just measure the inches. Measure the inches. But they're talking of inches. C9 program comes with those 5 products we've mentioned, plus a guidebook, tape measure, and a shaker bottle. That tape measure, I use it also to sell. I tell them, which company would put a tape measure in a pack if they knew what they're selling is bogus? Which company would even go to the extent of even branding it and writing fit? It is so unique. There's no tailor anywhere that has a tape measure that like the one that is in that pack. There is no manufacturer who can put a tape measure in a pack that they know very well somebody will not see results. And go ahead and allocate a place for writing measurements. There are almost 8 allocations for different parts of the body. Before you start and after you start, that's how you tell them you're dealing with a result-oriented coach and a result-oriented program. Very, very result-oriented. We are not playing games here. We want you to see results and see value for your money. That's another tip. What do you do in the case of a client who's done CNN before and they decided to start off without your guideline? Also calls go unanswered, so you're left in the dark as to how their progress. Just leave them a text and tell them it is very important that you respond so that I can be able to track your progress and follow up on how you are doing. It is really important. Otherwise, I don't think we can go to their homes and tell and find them and tell them where machines. Someone told me aloe vera imepitishwa kwa machines. You can ask them what do they mean by that. You know that there are know-it-alls out here. There are know-it-alls out here who don't even know what they are saying themselves. Just ask them, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, Susan? What do you mean, John? What do you mean? Are our products which traces of chemicals? What are the preservatives? I just tell them, the reason why you are told to store our aloe vera after opening the cap in a fridge is because there's very little preservatives there's very little preservatives or none in the aloe. Let's say just very barely there preservatives. And how you know that is if you place aloe vera in a glass in the morning, in the evening or the next day, the color of that aloe will not be how you poured it the morning that you poured it. It will have turned brown or get brownish. And the reason is oxidation has taken place. And that is how you know it is natural. That is how you know it's natural. If it has been exposed to air and it remains the same color, in fact, you should be very worried. What is in here? Aloe vera is a plant. And they say they use the inner leaf gel of the aloe plant. How come it is not changed? It has not changed color. That means it has a lot of preservatives. It is a good thing that it has changed color. To mean that truly when they say nearest to nature, they mean what they say. Sawa sawa. That is one test I usually just share with the clients. Once you open, you put in the fridge, and it's because the manufacturer knows I have made this as natural as it gets. Yes. And that's it. Are we happy? Have we learned? Have we learned how to introduce a 15? I tell them what I shared in the very beginning. If you want to lose, maintain the transformation and break bad habits, you have to continue the 15. Yes. Maybe that will be on another training. Because we've exceeded time. All right. Have we learned? Are we ready to sell C9s like sweets? Like, hey, 16,883 small money. That is small money. Actually, let me tell you, another thing that you do, have fun with the client. When the client tells you, wow, when you tell them 16,883, then they tell you something like, ooh, I'm on the, maybe you're chatting and then they respond with shock. Reverse psychology. I know. Do you know, even me, I was wondering, how can a product that is this effective cost 16,000? Because I know, I relate with you. I'm actually as shocked as you. I've always known this product should cost 20,000. Yeah. See how that client is going to laugh or go like, this person is crazy. Reverse psychology. I know it should be 20K, right? Because what business does this pack have costing 16,883? Like, who loses 3 to 6 kgs in 9 days? I know, it's so cheap. So can I send you are we sending via Molo line or are we sending via G4S? However, move haraka. Are we sending via Molo line or are we sending via G4S? Can I send you the pay bill? Move it quickly. Time for, oh my God. Oh, she's shocked. She's shocked where? Does she want to lose weight? It's 16,883. And the next one is 20,000 and whatever it is. Yes. Very, very happy. Very happy and very excited. Have we learned? I can see the fire images all over the place. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure training. Thank you so much. You've been an incredible audience. Thank you so much. Back to you, Emmanuel.
Thank you, Rhoda. I think with the training and all the excitement in the chat box, we should declare Kenya C9 country very soon. What do you think?
Absolutely. And the rally, I think the rally is also keeping people very excited also.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. So thank you guys. The recording will be shared on YouTube. Hopefully this evening, if I have some time, or tomorrow morning. For those of us who missed or would like to share. So from me, I don't have much to say. I think Rhoda said it all. Thank you so much for participating and being here. I think it was worth it. I believe it was worth it, and I know it was worth it. Have a good evening. See you next time. Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night.